Pia wasiliana nasi kupitia 0722575619 au 0736028181. Ni mshumaa wa Sumo Kando kutoka Rock Industries Limited.
MobiKey the car market is the new used car dealer in Kenya. MobiKey the car market is part of the JAP Group, a centenary company that is the leading reference in the automotive sector in Portugal and has established itself in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Mozambique and Angola. A market reference that was built with hard work year after year, vision, boldness and social responsibility, establishing a standard for sustainable growth that each employee embraces. We are proud to have more than 2,000 devoted employees that each day service our clients. MobiKey the car market promises to our clients the best cars, certified cars with 120 points checked, the best service, 100% satisfaction guarantee with pre-delivery inspection, the best price, found cheaper, tell us where, total transparency. All our cars have genuine mileage and certificate of origin. Find us at MobiKey the car market, Penzi Park, Mombasa Road on 071 6666 111. Visit our website on www.mobilkeycarmarket.co.ke. Searching for lost cash in all the wrong places? Millions of Kenyans have yet to claim billions worth of cash and other unclaimed financial assets, and you could be one of them too. Visit ufaa.go.ke or dial *361# to find out today. Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority. Receive, safeguard, reunite. You are watching TV47, the home of untold stories.
Well, good evening, wherever you may just be joining us from. You're just in time for TV47 Weekend this Jamhuri Day, and let's have a look at how it's shaped up news-wise. Tonight, President Kenyatta says a BBI process is a deferred dream.
Although it encountered some legal obstacles, I say again today that BBI is just a dream deferred. One day, someday, it will happen.
He is confident BBI will succeed. Electricity cost to go down by 15% from this month.
I am pleased to announce to the nation that the reduction of the cost of electricity will be implemented in 2 tranches of 15% each.
President Kenyatta says more reduction is set for next year. St. Joseph's Seminary Catholic Church in Mwingi is still mourning.
St. Cecilia choir has been hit. A gap has been created in the choir. But you know, God's ways are not man's ways.
16 choir members died in the Mwingi incident last weekend. Man killed by a bull that was rehearsing for a much-anticipated bullfighting match slated for Boxing Day this year. Well, my name is Grace Josephine, and I'm not alone. I'm aided by Anne Wairimo, the sign language interpreter, this evening. President Uhuru Kenyatta now says the BBI bill is a deferred dream which will be actualized. Kenyatta spoke during the Jamhuri Day celebrations, as Willie Dennis Njiru now reports.
In his Jamhuri Day celebration speech, President Uhuru Kenyatta termed the BBI bill as a deferred dream, which will be realized someday.
Although it encountered some legal obstacles, I say again today that BBI is just a dream deferred. One day, someday, it will happen.
President Kenyatta says despite the legal obstacles the BBI faced, the dream will be achieved in the end. BBI supporters are still pushing the Building Bridges initiative, declared unconstitutional by the courts. The AG and the IBC are challenging a decision by the appellate court that declared BBI unconstitutional, null and void.
How we are going to remember our past? There are those who say, forget about the past, we want to look at the future. The past is very important because if you don't look at the past, you are likely to repeat the same mistakes made in the past. And here, Your Excellency, you say that you want history unedited here.
The AG is challenging the court's finding that the basic structure doctrine applicable in Kenya and that the doctrine limits the constitution amendments powers set out in Article 255 to 257. Hearing of the case is set for January 18th next year. Kenyatta has been championing amendments of the constitution that he says would leave a legacy in his administration, even as he only has less than 8 months to exit office.
Watasaidia sisi kama Wakenya kujikumbusha mema na mazuri ambayo tumeweza kuyatenda, yale mabaya ambayo tumepitia na ambayo tuwatakikana tusome ndio tusirudie, na pia yale maovu ambayo yametendeka ambaye lazima kama nchi tujikinge na tuhakikishe ya kwamba hatuwezi tena kurudi kwa umwagikaji wa damu.
Proponents and nemesis of the BBI continue to split opinion right in the middle, if or not it was the right time to address the constitutional changes.
United as a country, this celebration in these new grounds gives us as a nation the opportunity to reflect about our past and individually and collectively with the determination build and secure institutions.
For TV47, I'm Willie Dennis Njiru.
President Uhuru Kenyatta today led the country in marking 57 years since Kenya became a republic, gaining her sovereignty from British colonialists. President Kenyatta hailed pre-colonial heroes and heroines who sacrificed their lives to ensure Kenya attained her independence. As Mwangi Maina reports, the newly refurbished Uhuru Gardens, where Jamhuri Day Fete was marked, has been dedicated as a heroes museum and will be open to the public by April next year.
At the historical Uhuru Gardens, where Kenya's flag was first hoisted on the night of 12 December 1963, following the lowering of the colonialist Union Jack, President Uhuru Kenyatta led the country in marking the 57th anniversary since Kenya became a republic. Kenyatta took Kenyans down the memory lane during the armed struggle in the pre-colonial period. Before Kenya gained her independence, Kenyatta reminded Kenyans that it took 3 steps before Kenya became a republic. Even after the British had granted Kenya independence and her flag, Kenya became a full republic after the Queen ceased to be the head of the Kenyan state and the Governor-General who occupied the government house left the country.
Even with independence, a national flag and a national anthem, the Queen continued to serve as Kenya's head of state. It took us 1 full year to get to the third and final milestone of our liberation. And this happened on December 12th, 1964, when the Queen vacated her position as head of state, and with this act, Kenya transitioned into a full republic or jamhuri, making the total liberation of our country.
The president, who hit hard those disregarding history, urging Kenyans to appreciate the history of the country as it guides the country on the past, present and the future.
By looking back, we are better able to look forward. Learning from the past means that we can build on its good, avoid its mistakes, and most importantly, it is a constant reminder of the ugly, so that even as we forgive, we must never forget.
The president reminded Kenyans that Uhuru Gardens was once known as a Lang'ata camp, where thousands of Kenyans lost their lives during the Liberation War. The head of state noted that some 1,090 heroic souls were hanged at the same place during the colonial era. The president, who declared Uhuru Gardens as a remembrance site for independence heroes, stated that a rope gallery will be constructed in the museum in their remembrance. Also, a hall of legends, a tunnel of martyrs, and Heroes Boulevard will rekindle memories of those who put their lives for the sake of the country.
The Garden of the People, therefore, is not just a place of remembrance. It was gifted to us as a place where generations shall tell stories of where we have come from, where we are, and indeed where we are going.
At the same time, the Hall of Innovation being set up at the Heroes Museum will celebrate the brilliant and game-changing ideas produced by Kenyans, as well as speak to the coming future and how the past has guided it. At the same time, ODM leader Raila Odinga castigated leaders whom he claimed are watering down the fruits of independence heroes by grabbing public property.
We build on the successes and the achievements of the past, while learning useful lessons of the things we didn't do right.
Here, next to the Western Hotel, which is part of this ground, in Lang'ata Primary School, there are torture chambers which have been preserved by the Museum of Kenya for people to know where we are coming from.
The president added, although Uhuru Gardens, the place of remembrance, is a place of national pain, it will be an altar of historical forgiveness. It has been the last Jamhuri Day celebrations for President Uhuru Kenyatta before he vacates office here at the historic Uhuru Gardens. President Uhuru Kenyatta, in his speech, insisting on the unity of the country, which he says will impact greatly on nation building. Mwangi Maina, TV 47 from Uhuru Gardens, Nairobi.
Well, President Uhuru Kenyatta says plans to reduce the cost of electricity by over 30% are on course. This will be implemented in two phases, where the first phase will be implemented by the end of this month, and it is expected that the changes will reflect on this month's bills. Sharon Baranga with the good news.
Nyumba milioni 6.3 zimeunganishiwa umeme. Hii inamaanisha kuwa nyumba 1787,500 zimeunganishiwa umeme kila mwaka tangu Rais Kenyatta alipochukua uongozi. Kenya sasa pia.
Very soon, Kenyans will save a few shillings from what they have been spending on electricity. This is according to President Uhuru Kenyatta, who says that plans to reduce the cost of electricity are at an advanced stage. The plan set to reduce the cost of electricity by over 30% will be implemented in two phases. Kenyans are expected to notice a change in their monthly bills by the end of this month.
The pathway to reduce the cost of electricity by over 30% is on course. In honor of this pledge to the nation and response to the concerns of the high cost of electricity raised both by individual customers and enterprises, I am pleased to announce to the nation that the reduction of the cost of electricity will be implemented in two tranches of 15% each, with the first 15% achieved through initial actions focusing on system and commercial losses, and this will be reflected in people's bills in December of this year. A further 15% reduction will happen in the first quarter of 2022.
The reduction in the cost of electricity will not only help the public, but also those in the manufacturing industry.
In realizing the second tranche of reduction in power bills, I note that the Ministry of Energy and other government departments have initiated engagement with independent power producers aimed at renegotiation of power purchase agreements so as to give our country better value for money for our consumers. I urge the power producers to demonstrate goodwill as we seek to make our energy sector a greater catalyst of our national development.
President Uhuru announced this in his speech during the Jamhuri Day celebrations. Sharon Baranga, TV 47.
Well, thank you, Baranga, for that report. Moving on, the 58th Jamhuri Day celebrations at Uhuru Gardens in Nairobi have been graced with the trooping of colors by the units in the Kenyan military. Now, the head of state, who is the commander-in-chief, has presided over the ceremony. But what is a trooping of the colors? Vincent Karoki explains.
The trooping of the colors commenced in an old guard mountain, where the Queen's color was displayed as a symbol of the sovereignty of the state. When Kenya got its independence on 12 December 1963, the practice was replaced by the trooping of presidential and regimental colors. The color symbolizes the spirit of the regiment in commemoration of the heroic deeds performed by the forces. They are the highest honor in the unit of the Kenyan military, and a loss of the colors would lead to the disbandment of the unit. Both the colors are commissioned and carried by a commissioned officer and escorted by 2 armed senior and non-commissioned officers. Presidential colors are trooped when the unit in the defense forces performs a national ceremony where the commander-in-chief, who is the president, is honored with a military parade known as the Guard of Honor. The regimental color is also presented to a unit at the same time with the presidential color is displayed whenever the unit performs a ceremony for general officers who are accorded half-guard parades during the visits. When a unit is designated to troop its color, it becomes an honor to the regiment as it is now able to showcase its color in a ceremony known as trooping of the color. Symbolism of the color, since both presidential and regimental colors stand for the honor accorded to the unit, they are handled with utmost respect and are saluted as a sign of respect whenever one gets into close proximity to them. It is for this reason people are asked to stand, and those in the disciplined and uniformed forces salute whenever the colors pass by. The colors signify the honor given to a unit and are handed with utmost respect and saluted as a sign to respect whenever close to them. The trooping of colors is done in 2 occasions by the infantry units, Air Force bases, and are handed over to the unit for the first time, which is known as consecration and presentation of colors. The colors are prayed and anointed by religious leaders and presented to the color officer in the rank of lieutenant by the commander-in-chief.
The 19th Battalion Kenya Rifles have received these colors as a sign and a symbol of your loyalty and the mission of defending this nation. Go therefore in peace to fulfill your mandate, protect your nation without reservation.
The colors are kept under lock and key and only removed occasionally for ceremonial display. During trooping, every soldier on parade has a close view of the color as it passes while paying the highest possible honors by presenting arms in salute. In military tradition, the ceremony is one of the symbolic trust given to the unit. Vincent Karoki, TV 47, Nairobi.
And that report by Vincent brings us to our first breather. Don't go too far away as we have a lot more lined up for you.
You are watching TV 47, the home of untold stories.
My name is Miriam Ombayo Morioki, tutor, School of Cosmetology, Embu College. We offer courses in hairdressing, barbering, hair sculpturing and design, dreadlocking and styling, coloring, tinting and color blocking, hair designing and trichology.
My name is Walter Mashedi. We offer also massage. In massage, we do myofascial massage, hot stone massage, among others. We do also offer makeup and facial treatment. We have qualified tutors, well-equipped labs where students do our practical.
Embu College is among the best schools offering courses in hairdressing and beauty therapy in Kenya.
And if you have a passion in beauty therapy, Embu College is the place to be.
Karibu Embu College, skills to go places.
Sona moja imetengenezwa kwa njia spesheli ili kupambana na maumivu kwa haraka. Sona moja ina aspirin kama kiungo. Sona moja, kitulizo kamili. Maumivu yakizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari.
You are watching TV47, the home of untold stories.
Welcome back. Now, imagine going for almost a week without food or water, while at the same time nursing not one, but 5 gunshot wounds deep within Boni Forest along the chaotic Kenya-Somalia border. This is why Sergeant Ali Chitalo Ramadan, a KDF soldier, was among those who were awarded with Head of State commendations during this year's Jamhuri Day celebrations. President Uhuru Kenyatta has conferred awards and honors to citizens who offered distinguished and outstanding services to the country.
Willis Akwale of the Ministry of Health.
Dr. Willis Akwale, the chairperson of the National COVID-19 Vaccines Deployment Task Force in the Ministry of Health, has been awarded in the second-class category of the Order of the Burning Spear for dedicated service. In Akwale's tenure, the country has administered over 8 million doses of the COVID-19 vaccine, thus boosting the country's COVID-19 warfare.
Asante, congratulations again.
Also, 2020 Tokyo Olympic gold medalists Faith Chepngetich Kipyegon and Paris Jepchirchir were feted with the Order of Grand Warrior for their exemplary performance during the 2020 edition of the Olympics in Japan.
Asante, tumshukuru.
The duo conquered their respective disciplines, with Kipyegon winning gold in the 1500 meters race and Jepchirchir dominating the women's marathon.
OGW for exemplary performance.
Captain Ali Chitalo Ramadan, a counterterrorism expert, has been awarded the Silver Star for surviving Boni Forest without food or water for 6 days while nursing 5 gunshot wounds in his legs.
He is awarded the Silver Star of Kenya for bravery and self-sacrifice.
And away from that, it is the second Sunday since the bus accident that claimed 33 lives, among them 16 choir members of St. Joseph's Seminary Catholic Church in Mwingi, Kitui County. The incident leaving a gap in the church. Our reporter Andrew Kilemi visited the church members and filed this report.
Sunday morning at the St. Joseph's Seminary, Mwingi, Kitui County, choir members of St. Cecilia sang songs of praise and worship. One thing, however, is amiss: the presence of 16 choir members who perished in the Mwingi bus accident. This evident on their faces as they all appeared gloomy.
Kwaya za mtakatifu za mchungaji mwema tulipatwa na pingo sana, sababu tulikuwa tunafanya kazi kwa pamoja, tulikuwa tunasaidiana.
St. Cecilia choir has been hit. A gap has been created in the choir, but you know God's ways are not man's ways.
The empty seats in the church painting a clear picture of a gap left behind. Chris Musili, a choir member who is a survivor of the fatal accident, recounts how he escaped death by a whisker.
I was there in the bus. We thought that it was a joke. We watched the waters going up while we were in the bus. Then mpaka ikatufunika. Then that is the time that you could realize that kando na mchezo yenye iko na mchezo yenye St. Cecilia ukuwa nayo kuna kifo.
Wenyewe nilikuwa niende na wao, lakini kwa safari iliyonipata wakaenda na mimi nikaachwa. Nilikuwa matu, lakini punde tu niliporudi nikapata simu, wenzangu wameangamia katika maji.
Despite the gap, grief and pain that the church is undergoing, Father Jeremiah Motuko says the incident has more than before united faithfuls in the church.
But in this grieving time, we are also getting time to stand. We are not, it shook us in a way, but we are not fallen. We just get shaken, but hatukuanguka, tumesimama imara.
Burials for the departed souls will begin Tuesday this week. Andrin Kilemi, TV 47.
Well, moving on, a police officer has been shot dead at Chepkesin, Baratabwa ward in Baringo North, Baringo County, following a banditry attack in the area. The bandits attacked the area, forcing people to flee from their homes in Chepkesin and Kisumet villages. Learning has been paralyzed as bandits wreak havoc in the area. Residents are now currently camping at Chepkesin Primary School. According to the area MCA, Ruben Chepsong, tension is still high following the killing of the police officer that was shot at close range as he tried to repulse the bandits. Most affected are women and children, with schools including Chepkesin, Kisumet, Chemoy and Tuluk primary schools now indefinitely closed. Journalists covering the insecurity incident were not spared either, as they ran into the bush when bandits attacked the area.
Lekea sasa watoto tutafanyia nini? Tunafanya nini na askari imeenda? Na sasa hata mtu ameuliwa huko. Hata sisi na wasiwita hatujui mahali bako. Sasa sisi tunaelekea wapi? Serikali atuambie mahali bako kuelekea. Ama akuje tupeleke tuende tuishi Kabarnet na hawa. Sasa sisi ni wanyama ama sisi ni wanadamu? Jamini, tutafanya nini? Hata unaona sasa MC yako hapa analia. Ana uwezo, anatuangalia tu. Sasa tutafanya nini na tumeangamia namna hii? Watu wanauliwa kila mwaka, tumepoteza watu wengi.
Sasa askari, watu wangapi askari wamewawa hapa? Chief ya eneo hili iliweza kuwawa na hakuna hatua serikali walichukua. Askari wengi waliwawa hapa, hakuna hatua serikali walichukua. Wanataka watu wawawe mpaka lini ndio waweze kuchukua hatua? Leo hii tayari ninapoongea hapa, nafikiri wale maafisa wa serikali watakonfirm. Tunapoongea hapa tayari tumepoteza askari.
Malili yetu itaenda wapi? Itaenda kwa wananchi ama itaenda kwa serikali? Huru. Hebu angalia mbele na nyuma. Hao watu wetu ati tunaitanga.
Moving on, a principal magistrate at the Kibera Law Courts, Derek Kayambakuto, has been elected the new Kenya Judges and Magistrates Association president. Judges and magistrates held their elections last night, as Willie Dennis Njiru now reports.
After service for 2 terms at the helm of the Kenya Judges and Magistrates Association, Kisumu High Court Justice Jackie Kamau, a hotly contested election was conducted Saturday evening at a Naivasha hotel. Hundreds of judges and magistrates from across the country gathered here to exercise their mandate at an international mark of 67%, representing 598 persons turnout.
Kuto Derek Kayamba garnered 290 votes.
We'll be willing to listen to those who are willing to give us advice for the betterment of our association.
We are equal to the task. We shall pursue justice for them. We have seen a fair, credible, transparent election.
The KJMA is an equivalent of the Law Society of Kenya that looks into the welfare of judges, magistrates and judicial officers and forms part of the JSC, Chief Justice, judges and magistrates appointments as well.
We shall still pursue relentlessly to defend all judges, all magistrates and all cadis. They are also citizens of this country. They are entitled to the rights of the constitutional provisions that are there.
The newly elected president promised to harmonize the judicial manifestos that include promotions, fair disciplinary processes, security of members, and protection from arbitrary arrests.
We will not allow those people who are fond of attacking the individual judges and the individual magistrates. We will not allow that to happen. We know that our members are hard-working members, and we can only clap for them and celebrate them for the kind of work that they are doing for this country.
Thika's Principal Magistrate Ben Mark Ekubi was elected for the position of Secretary General with 230 votes. Treasurer's position went to Machakos Principal Magistrate Charles Ondiekian opposed, even as the officers lament of social media as a great enemy in their verdicts.
When you attack judicial officers, that's cadis, magistrates and judges, it means that you're also eroding the confidence in the judiciary.
Most of the time, social media takes a position that is one-sided. Whenever you have an issue, there are a way of solving that one. We have a system in place whereby you can write your complaint directly.
Reporting for TV 47 from Naivasha in Nakuru County, I'm Willie Dennis Njiru.
And that report by Njiru brings us to our second break. Don't go too far away as we have a lot more lined up for you.
You are watching TV 47, the home of untold stories. At Trisent School of Medical Health Science and Technology, we offer highly competitive courses tailor-made to suit your needs. These include certificate and diploma in theatre technology, medical engineering, nutrition and dietetics, science lab, health records, environmental health science, counseling psychology, applied biology, social work and community development information and communication technology, computer engineering, information systems, among others. January 2022 intake is ongoing. Register now at our Nairobi campus in Nairobi West around Nyayo Stadium on 0700-129-536. Our Juja campus next to Jomo Kenyatta University on 0700-000-760 and our Kisumu campus opposite Swan Center, Oginga Odinga Street on 0703-201-229. Trisent School of Medical Health, Science and Technology, where careers come to life.
Nothing beats the freedom of overcoming the limitations of distance, time, and space. At Mount Kenya University, we offer internationally recognized education through the open, distance, and electronic learning, giving you the flexibility of studying from any part of the world and graduating on time. Simple, great. Intake is in progress. Mount Kenya University, unlocking infinite possibilities.
MobiKey the car market is the new used car dealer in Kenya. MobiKey the car market is part of the JAP Group, a centenary company that is the leading reference in the automotive sector in Portugal and has established itself in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Mozambique and Angola. A market reference that was built with hard work year after year, vision, boldness and social responsibility, establishing a standard for sustainable growth that each employee embraces. We are proud to have more than 2,000 devoted employees that each day service our clients. MobiKey the car market promises to our clients clients the best cars, certified cars with 120 points checked, the best service, 100% satisfaction guarantee with pre-delivery inspection, the best price, found cheaper, tell us where, total transparency. All our cars have genuine mileage and certificate of origin. Find us at Mobikey, the car market, Penzi Park, Mombasa Road on 071 6666 111. Visit our website on www.mobilekeycarmarket.co.ke. Searching for lost cash in all the wrong places? Millions of Kenyans have yet to claim billions worth of cash and other unclaimed financial assets, and you could be one of them too. Visit ufaa.go.ke or dial *361# to find out today. Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority. Receive, safeguard, reunite.
Kwa zaidi ya miaka 6, Bwana Francis na mkewe Bi Alice hawakuwa na amani na waliteseka sana baada ya harusi yao. Lakini baada ya kuwatembelea madaktari wa Makini Herbs Clinic, walifanikiwa kuwapata watoto Millicent, Charlotte na Edward, kadri walivyoendelea kuyazingatia maagizo ya daktari.
Tulikaa kwa muda wa miaka kama 3 tukitafuta mtoto, lakini kwa matumaini na kuvumilia hatimaye kufikia kwa lengo tulilokuwa tunahitaji, na alituambia kwamba katika maombi yote kila kitu chawezekana. Hivyo basi nitamwangalia, nitampa madawa, lakini tabu yenu hii itaisha.
Hivyo basi nilivumilia tu, na bwanangu hakupenda kuachana na mimi, kwa sababu ilifikia mahali nikasema bwanangu itabidi tuachane, utafute bibi mwenye anaweza zaa, kwa sababu mimi naona nitawakosanisha tu na jamii yenu. Lakini bwanangu hakupenda. Yeye alisema tu uzae usizae ni wewe. Kwa hivyo acha tu tuvumiliane, Mungu mwenyewe kama amefikisha baraka zake, wewe kama ni kuzaa tu utazaa. Hivyo basi tulivumiliana na hatimaye nikaweza kuzaa hao watoto. Namshukuru sana Dr. Isaac Magige kwa ushauri wake.
Katika Makini Herbal Clinic, magonjwa mengi yakiwemo sugu hutibiwa. Na kabla ya mgonjwa kutibiwa, anashauriwa kwanza afanyiwe uchunguzi wa kimaabara wa kina, ikiwemo ultrasound na scanning panapohitajika, ndipo atibiwe. Hii itamwezesha daktari kuelewa vizuri shida ya mgonjwa. Ili kueneza na kuzisambaza huduma hizi bora kote nchini, madaktari wa Makini Herbal Clinic sasa wanatoa huduma za matibabu katika miji ifuatayo mara moja kila mwezi. Kumbuka, hata kama tarehe hiyo itaangukia siku ya holiday au siku ya Jumapili, bado huduma za Makini Herbal Clinic utazipata pale bila kuchelewa. Na kliniki ya jijini Nairobi, ambapo ni makao makuu, huwa wazi kila siku kutoka Jumatatu hadi Jumapili katika jengo la Post Bank Pension Towers, zamani lilijulikana kama Trishul Towers, Murang'a Road, Globe Roundabout karibu na Paramount Plaza. Kwa maelezo zaidi wasiliana na Makini Herbal Clinic kwa nambari za simu zifuatazo. Nambari ya Head Office Safaricom ni 0722 510 112 na nambari ya Airtel ni 0734 510 112. Anwani ya barua pepe ni info@makiniherbalclinic.com au makiniherbalclinic@gmail.com. Anwani ya tovuti ni www.makiniherbalclinic.com.
Wetu hapa Kenya, Mwenyezi Mungu ametujali, tuletea daktari mwenye dawa za kiasili.
You are watching TV47, the home of untold stories.
Well, thank you for staying with us. Over the years, Africa has been considered home to many world's most famous wildlife. As the population of the wild animals continues to grow, experts say there is need to provide room for the animals to roam. Traditional leaders from East and Southern Africa met in Amboseli for a 5-day tour to share ideas and experiences that will ensure both human and wildlife thrive in the places where they live together. Patronila Goren was in Amboseli and has filed the following report.
We have a largest network of community rangers.
This was the beginning of a shift in the dynamism into how human and wildlife can coexist without barriers across Africa. Amboseli National Park was declared a UNESCO Man and Biosphere Reserve in 1991. Unlike an ordinary national park, it not only conserves nature, but also incorporates community concerns and involves the local community by tapping into indigenous knowledge to manage and conserve biodiversity. The park attracts tourists from all over the world, but this was not an ordinary visit, but an intervention by the International Fund for Animal Welfare, IFO, to bring together traditional leaders from South African countries to deliberate on the need to embrace the idea of animals and humans thriving together, as is the norm in Amboseli.
In Malawi, we cannot live with animals. Heavy animals like lions, elephant. If you can see elephant, definitely you see this is delicious meal. Let me kill and eat. So, but here, people don't do that. So this is very different.
The traditional leaders who represent over 100,000 people who live alongside wildlife are the key lead in convening and facilitating transparent and collaborative processes that are anchored in the indigenous culture, norms and values.
My visit here is to learn, is to see how the Maasais have been doing it. I have realized that they've opened a gap, they've opened a space for wild animals. Animals are moving freely.
Young boys here, they are moving with the wildlife, with our goats, cows, moving with that at the protected area without killing the wildlife.
For instance, the Amboseli Skitenden Community Wildlife Conservancy takes a land-lease wildlife conservation approach.
Tuliona ni vyema sisi wetu tuzungumze kama watu moja, watu ambao wanaishi na wanyama.
In the year 2013, IFO secured 26,000 acres of wildlife habitat from landowners and intends to lease another 29,000 acres in the same ecosystem to enable the roaming of animals freely.
We are launching which we call Room to Roam, and the concept is to reconnect all of the habitat that elephants and other wildlife need to roam. And a lot of times when we're talking about populations of wildlife and populations of elephants, you'll hear things like there are too many elephants in one particular country. And it becomes very political. Oftentimes, the discussions are held by government officials. And when you look at some of the UN conventions, there are representatives of various governments speaking about wildlife management, nature, climate change, all of these issues. But one thing that I've always felt is missing is the voice of the traditional leaders.
More so, the government has put in place measures to ensure wildlife are well conserved.
Kenya has unique examples of conservation efforts that have worked, especially with lobby groups and local communities, who are the first line of defense for these treasured animals.
According to the chiefs, the meeting provides a trailblazing opportunity for them to discuss the real-life challenges faced by their communities and to explore solutions that will pave the way for successful human-wildlife coexistence.
Africa, if you can do this, we can preserve and protect our natural resource. Definitely, we cannot talk about the poverty. We can talk about the problem of our financial system in our government in Africa.
So I asked the community how they've been able to benefit through protecting the wildlife.
Tumekuwa na employment, tumepata scholarship, na ni sisi wenyewe tunaendesha hizo process. Kwa hivyo mimi natumai tukiendelea namna hii pengine tutakuja kufikiana tuwe na watu ambayo wa lengo moja, wa sauti moja, wa mwelekeo moja.
IFO hopes to engage more local communities in Africa to embrace room to roam ideology.
If we put government and the efforts of KWS, if we put in community and layer in the cultural aspects and look at the livelihoods, I think that we will give wildlife a chance to continue to thrive into perpetuity.
Besides the benefits in the local community, the wildlife also play a vital role in balancing of the ecosystem, as was the discussion on climate change in the just concluded COP26 in Glasgow, Scotland.
Adaptation is ensuring that our people, our communities, our economy has the necessary resilience, adaptive capacity to withstand or quickly recover from the impacts of climate change.
As South African traditional leaders converge here to learn from the Maasai community how they've been able to coexist with wildlife, the biggest hope is that other African countries will be able to adopt the same and use it to preserve their resources and also help them to alleviate themselves from poverty. Petronila Goren for TV47 from Esiteti in Kajiado County.
Well, thank you, Goren, for that report. Moving on, a middle-aged man was last night killed in Mutetemo village, Mumias East Sub-County in Kakamega by a bull that was rehearsing for the upcoming bullfighting annual event. The 40-year-old man died on the spot after the bull tossed him before goring a left horn in his chest. Leaders led locals in killing the bull, as Violet Auma now reports from Kakamega.
It was rather a sad and bizarre story that left locals here in Tetemo village petrified.
Nilisikia tu nduru nje na nikatoka nje haraka, nikajiuliza nduru ni za nini. Kutoka nje kufika pale, nikaona mzee wangu amelala pale, nikakimbia kufika hapo nikapata ameshakata roho.
The family of the 40-year-old Joseph Opanda is still terrified by the sudden turn of events last evening.
Ng'ombe ilimfuata mbio. Sasa ikapiga hivi akaanguka mbele. Ikafuata na ikatunga hapa paka roho ikatoka.
Little do they know that the 95,000 Kenyan shillings bull named Joho that was purchased by the deceased young brother a week ago will bring tears rather than happiness to the family.
Kasema, fungua ng'ombe yako ulete kwangu tupiganishe. Mimi nikamwambia hapana, acha tupiganishe kwa hiyo shamba yenye miwa iko. Akasema hapana, leta tu kwangu. Na nikatoka hapo, nikaenda kuambia Fadhe, Panda amekubali leo to test ng'ombe zipigane.
Bonvenja Weremba says they were busy preparing their bulls for a bullfighting match on 26 December before the incident happened.
Michezo wanga inafanyika Shibuli tarehe 26 na tukafurahia hiyo michezo. Na ndiposa tukakuwa kwamba tutafuga tu ng'ombe kwa michezo ya kupigana, zikashikana. Kapigana muda wa dakika moja hivi. Hiyo yangu ikashinda yake. Panda kuchukua turungu kwenda kupiga ya ng'ombe nikiwa nimesimama hapo. Ndio ng'ombe ilimfuata mbio, ikamchukua huku kwa mguu, ikamrusha chini na ikamdunga.
Elders led locals here in killing the bull and performing other rituals to cleanse the family.
Kuua binadamu, hiyo sasa inakataa kukaa na binadamu. Tukiwacha itaua watu zaidi ya 10.
I attended the ceremony.
Ngoko ninga ni yabe. Aba ingoko yin. Kayo. Mundu wesente ingoko yin. Oh. Aba nyari ramkwa kenako. Mlakhe bayira bene bakalise. Kabakalishe. Hal fuli kholo sila bawata. Bueno, chasede da kokoko kan. Oh, chataurjo.
Here, locals gathered and hurled curses to the vicious bull that was also killed at the same spot it had killed Opanda.
Takata huku tukilaani kitendo hicho kwa sababu tunaona ni kama mizimu imehusika. Na hiyo ng'ombe vile vile wakati inapokatwa ngozi yake haitachunwa. Kila atakayefaulu kukata hiyo nyama ama hiyo ng'ombe ataenda na kipande cha ngozi, na kabla aende nayo atachuna matawi, atagonga kwa hii nyumba ya marehemu, na akitoa matamushi ni kama analaani.
Later, Mzee Orata will mumble some words in the native language, rebuking the spirit of death and any other bad omen that might befall the family after the incident.
Ulivwa manyanya fule. Siakolele.
No la kira kwa kayo kuruka tingombe ta. Ewo mwene uyisolire. We fall today.
The bull's meat was not supposed to be eaten by any family member of the deceased.
Watu wa ukoo huu hawatahusika na hiyo nyama. Maanake itakuwa imeleta kitendo kingine kibaya.
Neighbors here had a feast, or maybe call it an early Christmas. It was meat for all. They came with pangas and knives, and everyone tried their best to carry the maximum number of kilos of meat. Others, like these two, securing this big chunk for themselves. Bullfighting is a culture that has been embraced by locals here in Kakamega County, especially the Idahos and Isuhas. With the numerous deaths reported and scores injured in the recent past events of bullfighting, locals now want the government to construct bullfighting arenas to ensure everyone's safety.
Njia wanayotumia kupiganisha fahali sio salama kwa watu. Fahali wanapopigana utaona watu wako hata sio mita moja, wengine wanagusa ng'ombe wanapopigana, na hiyo wanahatarisha maisha yao. Na hata tunapoongea hivi, kuna wale walikanyagwa wanaugusa majeraha, kuna wale walikufa, na kuna yule pia saizi amekufa. Kwa hivyo ningependa ombi langu liwe kwa raia, wachunge uhai wao.
We appreciate the entertainment aspect, but much as we have this entertainment aspect, let us also have the security of the citizens. We realize that when animals are taken to wrestle, they are wrestling in a free atmosphere. And when an animal is defeated, it runs for its safety.
Awajengee mahali pazuri. Iwapo kuna mahali pa kupiganisha ng'ombe, hao watu ambao wanajiita mashabiki wa kupiganisha ng'ombe, wawe mahali pazuri ili hata hawa ng'ombe akitokezea wasiwafikie, ili maisha yao iwe salama.
The body of the deceased has been moved to St. Mary's Hospital mortuary. The deceased has left behind a widow and 4 children.
Kulingana na vile